Here we go, day 6. Now we've learned some skills, learned some things to kind of do, some resources, and we've kind of prepared ourselves mindset wise. Today, another part of this idea of mindset and skills kind of combined together is this idea of forgiving yourself. And forgiving others. This idea of forgiveness relieves us of a weight that we carry on, and that eventually can lead us um, to a point of relapse. Yesterday we talked about that lost battle analysis, and a very common feeling is this idea that one relapse leads to another relapse, leads to another relapse, because we hold it against ourselves. We beat ourselves up, we shame ourselves, we guilt trip ourselves. We don't need to overdo it. A lot of those emotions are very natural and normal, and they will come up on their own. And to feel those things is part of this life. I was listening to a guy speak, and was saying that part of life, part of the test of life, is discouragement, is despair, is shame, or these emotions. Those are part of our human experience, and to allow ourselves to feel those things and not overdo it, not push it, is what will help you not get stuck in a cycle of mistakes. So just like yesterday, kind of recognizing what kind of leads down there. I hope one of the things that doesn't get there is holding resentments against yourself or other people, holding judgment over yourself or other people. We need to judge and kind of evaluate what we've done and to make changes to those things, but to hold judgment of who we are because of these mistakes and these actions, these addictions. We don't need to label ourselves that way, attack ourselves in that way. And what helps is allowing ourselves the same grace we would give somebody else who's made a mistake, somebody else who is struggling, somebody else, a child, a friend, a loved one, whatever it takes. The idea of giving up those hard feelings, giving up the kind of the problems that come, dealing with the consequences, accepting the consequences of our actions. Just because we forgive ourselves or forgive other people doesn't mean that we condone or allow that those things continue to happen, or that it was okay. It's we are letting go of the feelings. A lot of time what happens with this is we need to choose to forgive. We choose to let go. And then the emotional part might follow. But eventually, it might take some time. So this idea for you is choosing right now to forgive yourself of this past, to confess, to work through it, to kind of make amends, restitution, but you do need to forgive yourself and to let go of all the hard feelings that eventually, or that usually just hold you back. Again, forgiving yourself doesn't mean that you don't need to make restitution. You don't need to make changes. You do. You need to change. You need to try to make things better. You need to work towards it. The forgiveness is that you're not going to hold yourself in judgment. You're not going to shame or condemn yourself or others. You're not going to kind of guard these negative feelings all day long, all the time. Feel them, accept them, acknowledge them, and move on. The same for others. If others have hurt you, if other people have kind of attacked you, shamed you, forgive them for their mistakes, forgive them for what they've done wrong, and move on. As you do that, you step out of the cycle of victimhood or victim mentality. You step out of the cycle of just getting stuck in that emotional state that leads you to be predisposed to those invitations, those nudges, those dude moments. Allow yourself to be free. It's easy to say, and this is something I think most of us, if not all of us, struggle with at times, to forgive and move on. Recognize it. What is beautiful about the lost battle analysis from yesterday is that you acknowledge the points where you felt you failed, the points that you made mistakes, the points that you kind of led you there. Acknowledge those times, make a plan, and choose to do something different now. And as you do that, it is much easier to forgive yourself because you planning on not doing again. In other words, forsaking the behavior and doing better. Give yourself the grace you give others. Seek that forgiveness from others and give it freely, and you will feel so much better. You've got this.